Once again, welcome to Diksha. In the coming few videos, we'll be discussing some very important topics from logical reasoning. As you know, there has been a change in the syllabus from 2019 January onwards. Out of the 10 major topics, the subjects which underwent most changes are logical reasoning and environment. So, logical reasoning is a very important topic even after the change of the syllabus. What makes the change of syllabus in logical reasoning very important is that after the change, they have added a lot of entirely new topics. For example, they have added Indian logic, Pramanas, Anumanas, etc. Most of these terms are being heard by the students for the first time in their entire life. So many of the students feel these are very difficult topics, but remember, these are very easy topic as well as very small topics. So in the coming few videos, we'll be discussing that aspect of Indian logic that are newly added. It includes Pramanas, types of Pramanas like Pratyaksha Pramana, Anumana Pramana, etc. After that, we'll be discussing Anumana, Vyapti, Hetva Bhasha, etc. So let's go to the first part of the video from Indian logic, that is Pramanas. So Pramanas are also known as Indian logic. Basically, Pramanas are the different ways of acquiring knowledge. So there will be different ways of acquiring knowledge, and Pramanas are those ways which are used by us so as to acquire different type of knowledge. So first of all, let's go to what are different types of Pramanas or different types of Indian logic. As per Indian Vedas or as per Vedic philosophy, basically there are 6 types of Pramanas. They are Pratyaksha Pramana or perception, then Anumana Pramana or assumption, then Upamana Pramana or comparison, then Ardhapati Pramana or implication, then Anubalabdhi Pramana, apprehension and non-apprehension, and the last one, Shabda Pramana, word or verbal statement. Remember, all these are different types of methods or types of logic that we are using so as to acquire different type of knowledge. So it seems to be a bit difficult from its names, but remember, they are very easy topics. We'll be discussing all these types of Pramanas one by one. So first of all, let's see the first type of Pramana, that is Pratyaksha Pramana. Pratyaksha Pramana is perception, or it is a knowledge that we acquire through our perception or through our sense organs. Basically, there are 2 types of Pratyaksha Pramana. Once again, remember, Pratyaksha Pramana or perception are those knowledge that we acquire through our sense organs. Basically, there are different types of Pratyaksha Pramana or different types of perception. There are direct perceptions and indirect perception. So first one, let's see what is direct perception. Direct perception is those ways of acquiring knowledge or those perception that occurs directly through our sense organs. That means it may occur through our nose in the form of smell, through our skin in the form of touch, through eyes in the form of seeing or visual sensation, through ears in the form of sound, and through tongue in the form of taste. So these all are different type of ways of acquiring information or knowledge by direct sensory organs. So this is known as direct perception. Remember, if the perception or the acquisition of knowledge happens directly through our sense organs, it is known as direct perception. And this direct perception is also known as Anubhava or experience, because we are directly experiencing here. So the second type of Pratyaksha Pramana is indirect perception. In indirect perception, the knowledge happens based upon smriti or memory. In the direct perception, what happens was that we acquire knowledge directly through our sense organ, but in the indirect one, it will be from our memory. For example, we would have seen an apple with a red color previously. So if I show you a new apple similar to the old one, we will identify it as an apple fruit based on your memory that we acquired in the past through your sensory organs. So very simply, difference between direct perception and indirect perception is that direct perception happens through sensory organs at the spot or directly, and indirect perception from the memory based on the knowledge we acquired through our sensory organs in the past. So we are moving to the next type of pramana, that is Anumana Pramana or assumption. In Anumana Pramana, knowledge is not gained through any sense organ, but it's through Anumana or assumption. So we will be assuming the things or the knowledge in Anumana Pramana. For example, suppose if we see a person crying, we can assume that he is having a physical or emotional pain. It's not compulsory that he is having a physical pain. Sometimes it may be some physical pain or emotional pain. So by seeing the crying of some person, we infer some sort of pain. Or even we can say there is some sort of fire based on the smoke that we see. So Anumana is based on the assumption of our knowledge. So Anumana happens through assumption, while Pratyaksha Pramana happens through direct sense organs. Then the third one is Upamana Pramana. Upamana Pramana is also known as comparison. And in Upamana Pramana, the knowledge is acquired by the similarity between two different types of knowledge. For example, we know a four-legged animal which barks is a dog. So when we goes to a particular forest and we see a similar looking four-legged animal and it starts to bark, we assume that it's a forest dog or it's something similar to dog. So we are comparing the similarity between the new knowledge, that of the forest dog or the dog that can be seen in the forest, to the previous knowledge that we have seen or that we know about a normal dog. So this is known as Upamana. We will be comparing the existing knowledge with the new knowledge and we will be having a conclusion. And the next one, the fourth type of pramana is Adapati Pramana, which is also known as implication. Here the knowledge we get through is the relation or the implication, or simply it happens through supposition, belief and presumption. So it happens based on our beliefs and presumptions. An example is, if a healthy person says that he does not sleep at night, with his supposition, belief and perception, we can think that he sleeps during the day. Okay, definitely we don't know whether that person is sleeping in the day or night, but what we know is that person remains a healthy person and he says that he doesn't sleep in the night. We know a person can't be healthy without any sort of sleeping. So this is based on our belief or assumption that we are concluding that the person is sleeping in the daytime. So it's an example for Adapati Pramana. And the next one is a fourth pramana, that is Anubalabdhi Pramana. It's also known as apprehension and non-apprehension. For example, basically based on the apprehension of a non-existing thing which is based on non-perception. Very simply, if we don't perceive something, we say that thing doesn't happen. For example, I went to a class to a particular time and I saw no students in the class and I'm concluding that that class doesn't have any students. I don't care whether it's a holiday or it's a interval time or it's a break time. But what I do is I just go to the class, I look for any students. I didn't saw any students, which means there is no student in that class. So that is known as Anupalabdhi Pramana. Again, we are concluding that a thing is non-existent based on the non-perception. Okay, next one is the sixth one or the last one, Shabda Pramana. It's very easy. It means through Shabda or word or verbal statement. So here the knowledge will be acquired through verbal indication, through verbal statement, through books, writing, speech, etc. So this may be either through writing aspect or talking aspect. So when we consider Vedas as a source of knowledge, so it's definitely some sort of Shabda Pramana. So that's all about different type of pramana. Remember, basically there are 6 type of pramanas. First one is Pratyaksha Pramana, in which the knowledge is acquired through perception or sensory organs. There are 2 types of Pratyaksha Pramana: direct perception, in which through direct sense organs, and indirect perception, in which through the memory. And the second one is Anumana Pramana, in which the knowledge is acquired through assumption. And the third one is Upamana Pramana, in which the knowledge is acquired through comparison of similarities. And the fourth one is Adapati Pramana, in which the knowledge is acquired based on our presumption or beliefs. And the fifth one is Anupalabdhi Pramana, in which non-existence of a thing is apprehended by non-apprehension, or it's based on existence and apprehension. And the last one is Shabda Pramana, in which the knowledge is acquired through verbal statements or verbal written form. So these are the different types of Pramanas. I hope you are clear with those. You will get the note of this material from Logical Reasoning PDF section. We'll be discussing more about Indian logic in the coming videos. Thank you.